Hey guys, welcome to the third take of this video. The first time the audio didn't record, and the second time about 2 minutes in the phone rang and I accidentally knocked my controller, causing it to take a screenshot since I'm in theater mode, resulting in quite annoyance in me having to start over. So, the topic of this conversation or commentary, however you want to think of it, is what makes a gun or death streak or weapon overpowered. I think, personally, Dead Man's Hand is overpowered because it is the same as a Predator missile, except instead of having to get 5 kills to get it, you have to get 5 deaths to get it, which is way easier and it should not be in the game. The meaning of overpowered, or not overpowered, overpower in present tense, is a verb meaning overcome by a superior force, or actually not or, the synonyms of it are overwhelm or sweep over. This applies to Call of Duty games in many ways. For example, the FMG9s overcome, or overwhelm, I should say, or sweep over all of the other secondaries and a lot of primaries, for that matter. A gun can The FMG9s are definitely overpowered and have been they're still overpowered even after the dumbing down of them, or what's it called, nerfing of them. So, but I personally don't like to use them. I actually use the Scorpions akimboed, which are also quite powerful. But they're a little bit harder to get akimbo because the singular Scorpion is not that good. At least on MW3. A gun can be too good if a gun is so fantastic that once you use it, others feel like BB guns. And what I mean by that is when you use the Dead Man's Hand death streak, how does Juiced or Revenge or what's the other one? What's the bullet pen? What's the stronger bullet? Hollow points. Hollow points, Revenge, Juiced all seem like insuperior or terrible, pretty much. They're not good once you use Dead Man's Hand. Final Stand does stand a little bit of a chance. I personally like Final Stand a little bit more because if I come back off a death streak and I go onto a little bit of a kill streak, then Final Stand is nice because I can keep that kill streak going, get a couple kills in Final Stand, and then stand back up. So personally, I use Final Stand, but Dead Man's Hand is way more annoying to the person who should have gotten the kill when he blows up the size of a Predator missile. So that is what I think of overpowered. Which brings me to the next segment of this conversation, which is which guns are overpowered and which ones are just very good. Personally, I think, alright, first off, a lot of guns that are said to be overpowered are ACR, MP7, FMG9s, what else is overpowered? Some people say the UMP is after patch. I personally think it's just a good gun. But, anyways, ACR, is it overpowered? I personally think it is not overpowered. And the reason I say that is because the ACR can be killed by other guns. The ACR is not so overwhelming that when you pick it up, other guns feel like BB guns in your hand. Which is why I personally think the ACR is not an overpowered weapon. It is, on the other hand, a very above average weapon. And take a look at the score right now. I am behind about 3 kills. Actually, I don't know how to do math. I think it's like 6 kills. Anyways, just watch the score as the game progresses. The ACR is a very above average gun, and it is better than I think all of the other assault rifles, but it's not so good that all the other assault rifles cannot go up against it and suck. And that's the difference between the overpowered guns and the ACR. Now let's move on to the MP7. The MP7 is not an overpowered gun. And that is because, just like the ACR, it is top of its tier, submachine gun, best submachine gun, but is not so overpowering that it cannot be put up against any other gun. Now people might say, this guy's using MP7 and I can't kill him. Maybe he has a lot of skill and the best submachine gun. And as a mixture that makes it overpowered, but I have friends who can't use the ACR and even get a kill. And they do use a gun that I consider overpowered in this game, and I'll talk about that in a second. But here was a lucky noob tube. He didn't kill me somehow. I think he got a hit marker actually. But the MP7 does not make all the other submachine guns suck. Like this P90 is actually quite good up against the MP7. So is the PP90. The PM9 can kill it sometimes if it wants to. A gun that I do think is overpowered is the FMG9s. Comment down below what you think is an overpowered gun. That was another commentary. Like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more of my content. And I will see you all next time.